Welcome to FX Options University, recorded live at the International Securities Exchange, the world's largest equity options exchange. Join the industry's top trading professionals as they provide insight and strategies for trading in the currency markets using FX options. FX options are a low-risk alternative to hedging currency moves in any market condition.
Welcome, everyone. This is Steve Meisinger, your host for today's ISE webinar. Today I have Dan Passarelli with me, and he's going to be talking about how to create your own trading plan for FX options. Dan has his own group, his own company, Market Taker Mentoring, LLC. Let me give you a little bit of a background on Dan. Dan was an author of Trading Option Greeks and founder of Market Taker Mentoring, which provides personalized one-on-one mentoring for option traders. Dan's trading career began on the floor of the CBOE, where he traded equities as a market maker on the floor. So Dan has a lot of experience. He also spent some time teaching seminars at the OIC, so he really understands options. And again, you might want to check out his book, Trading Option Greeks. It's available in a lot of, I'm sure you can get it on Amazon, Google, and Dan will tell you where else you can get it. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Dan Passarelli. Dan, thanks for joining us at the IC today.
Thank you, Steve. Thanks, as always, for the kind introduction.
Well,
welcome, everyone. Thanks for attending my presentation, How to Create Your Own Trading Plan for FX Options. My first trade was made as a professional trader a long time ago. I didn't do this thing where, I learn a little bit and I'd figure out how to draw P&L diagrams and then go on to be a professional trader one day. I just kind of took the fast track, and after working with some teaching organizations like the OIC and others, a lot of people would ask me, they'd say, hey, listen, what are the steps I need to take to make a successful trade? And, when I first started out, I just said, well, you go in there and you make some good trades, and the bad ones you cut your losses, and, there you go. Just, here, scoot, go trade. But I got this question enough times where I kind of sat there and I started to think about it, because really, I never really thought about it. I never really broke it out into steps. These are the steps you need to take. I just did it. I just went and I did it. I knew how to do it because I was a market maker for a long time. So in sitting down thinking about all the steps that you need to take, I came up with what I call the Market Taker Mentoring Trading Path. And I teach that to all of my mentoring students. And I think that it's the best system out there, and it's a very loose system. It's designed for people who are brand new to options, people who are professional traders who have been trading for 20 years and trade big money professionally. It's very versatile. Anybody can use it. And we're going to walk through it. We're going to walk through it kind of in the context of FX options. I do need to point out that options are not for everyone. You should read Characteristics and Risks of Standardized Options. You can get a copy of that by calling 1-888-OPTIONS. That's the home of the Options Clearing Corporation. Okie dokie. So here's what we're going to go through today. We're going to go through all this, and we'll probably go until pretty close to the end of 1 hour. I'll probably try and leave a little bit of extra time to answer questions at the end. All right, so I presume that most of the people in this presentation are Forex traders. And why do you trade it? Well, because they're really versatile. They are foreign exchange is the biggest tradable market out there, as I understand. People have been trading foreign currency for a very, very long time, but it wasn't until a few years ago when FX options became listed options and cleared through the OCC. So now you have price transparency, you have the convenience of options, and, because they're listed, you have the Options Clearing Corporation guaranteeing the trade for you. There's no risk of default, and it's a great potential niche for the right type of trader. So a couple of things I'm sure it's probably old hat to a lot of you who are watching this, but a couple of things you want to know and kind of think of just before, as a prelude into our presentation here. There's a finite number of currency pairs. That's how you kind of think of them, currency pairs, like, U.S. dollar, how many U.S. dollars per euro, and blah, blah, blah. And you can visit, I think later in the presentation, I'm going to be able to tell you the URL that you can go to, and if not, you can ask Steve, and he'll tell you. There's a whole little microsite sort of thing, or a whole website rather, on the Forex options that has some really useful information. But even though there's only a finite number of currency pairs, you know what? There's still a lot of choices and decisions that you need to make in the options world. I mean, you've got a few months available to trade from. Well, which one should I pick? We've got a few different strikes to trade. In fact, you got many strikes of both calls and puts. So just for one single currency pair, you've got maybe 100 different options or something to trade, maybe more. And then when you start combining them into spreads, it seems like the possibilities are endless. And, I was doing a presentation last night, and somebody said, oh, my God, I'm brand new to options, and why I haven't started options? Because it's so overwhelming. There's so much to think about and so much to worry about. Well, having a methodology and a series of steps to go through and a path to walk down helps keep you on track and helps making some of these decisions easier and helps your foray into options be a little bit less daunting. All right, so I mentioned the market taker mentoring trading path. Let's talk a little bit about that. The first thing, and I've said this many times in presentations and to my students, trading's personal. The way I trade is different than probably the way any of you trade. And the way each and every one of you trade is different than all the other people watching this presentation. The way I trade is different than the way Steve trades. Everybody has their own style, and it's based on just, your personality, your biochemistry, how you're born, the amount of capital you have, the amount of risk you like to take, where you are in life. Are you a 21-year-old shooter, or are you, retired living on a fixed income? You're going to trade differently. So, therefore, the market taker mentoring trading path is designed to be fairly versatile so that it covers a big wide range of people. In fact, like I said before, every single trader should and could follow this trading path.
Thank you for participating in this week's session. Please join us again next week. Get trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary. Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts. These exchange-listed securities are cash-settled in U.S. dollars and have a European-style exercise.